What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over reacting to NBA 2K26 ratings. How do I feel about them? Who's too high? Who's too low? All those things. Now, before I dive into this any further, massive shout out to 2K for inviting me to Community Day. I had such... Just kidding, man. 2K doesn't invite me to... I don't... Like, who cares? At the end of the day, I think Community Day... To me, personally, is overrated, overhyped. That's just me. I'm not into, like, traveling as much and to go into Community Day. If they would have invited me, would I have went? Sure, but, like, a lot of people are, you know, overreact to it, in my opinion. It is what it is. And for me, I can go over the 2K ratings instead. So, hope you guys miss me. Let's look at it. 100 through 9100. You got Bobby Portis, Shaded Sharp. Aaron Nesmith, Alex Sarr, Jalen Johnson, and Nemhard quickly, Okongwu, Paul George, and Josh Hart. Is it crazy that a Paul George at this stage is an 81? I don't really think so, because, I mean, I feel like he's just not been what he once was. What really stands out to me, I think Alex Sarr is too high. I don't think he's, you know, showed really that much so far. Other than that, it's fine. I'm not going to sit up here and say anybody's really crazy high, crazy low. Bobby Portis may be too high if I had to say one other, you know, maybe too high. But other than that, it's fine. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and critique that too much. 90 through 81, Draymond Green, Anthony Simons, CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Drew Holiday. Wait, Drew Holiday's at an 81? That's crazy to me. Like, I think Drew Holiday is extremely good, and I know his role has changed over the past couple years. He's getting older, but Drew Holiday at an 81 is straight up, I'm going to be honest, disrespectful. That is a crazy rating. Herb Jones at 81, Lou Dort 81, Walker Kessler at an 82, Kamara at 82, Jaden McDaniels at an 82. I mean, all of those are the 82s, in my opinion, are fine. To me, Drew Holiday at an 81 is crazy. Even I would say Lou Dort is higher. You could say Draymond Green is higher too. I feel like a lot of these cards, or not cards, but a lot of these guys at these ratings are underrated, in my opinion. It's just me, but that's how I kind of feel about these. Like, these guys are the same ratings as these. Like, you're telling me, here's what I'll say. You're telling me Alex Sarr is just as good as Draymond Green? Give me a break. I'm sorry, I don't love Draymond Green as it stands, but give me a break, 2K. 80 through 71, you see Hartenstein, Cooper, Flagg, okay, Trey Murphy, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Duren, Vucevic, Naz Reid, Denny, Brandon Miller, Aaron Gordon. Nothing really, when I'm going through these, stand out to me. I think Jalen Suggs is pretty good. Duren in there is fine. Vucevic is okay. Naz is okay. Like, nothing really stands out to me here to really critique, if I were to say. But again, to me, like, I'm taking Drew Holiday, I'm going to be honest, over everybody here. That's just me. If I'm taking somebody for my team, I think Drew Holiday is probably underrated at this stage. Now we go through 70 through 61. John Collins, Josh Giddey, RJ Barrett, MPJ, Stephon Castle, Kobe White, Dyson Daniels, Cam Johnson, Miles Turner, and Jalen Green here. You know, again, another 10 that I'm not going to critique a whole ton. I just don't see a ton to critique here. Some people might argue Josh Giddey higher just because, again, I feel like in Chicago he's kind of found his fit, found his role. But nothing really stands out. It's interesting, like, the Michael Porter Jr. with Cam Johnson trade. Cam Johnson traded one higher. I think that's probably pretty accurate. I know MPJ's been pretty up and down, but at the end of the day, he is still one of the best shooters in the league. So, I can't really hate on that. 60 through 51, Desmond Bane at 60. Jarrett Allen, Norm Powell, Rudy Gobert. Everybody's going to say he's overrated. That's probably where he belongs at this stage in his career. And again, you can say he's too high, too low. I think that's where he belongs. Mikal Bridges, Brandon Ingram, Larry Marketing, Kristaps Porzingis, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes. I feel like a lot of people have their own opinion on Scotty Barnes, but I think it's tough until Scotty Barnes plays on a contending team to really have a crazy opinion on him. You know, some people think he should be higher than even a guy like Franz Wagner. I think right about 50 is probably right. Honestly, I'll say I think Desmond Bane is too low. I think Desmond Bane is so good on this, in real life. Like, I think he's such a threat to stretch the court. Now, again, if you look at who's at 84, you can't really say that because him and Norm Powell are pretty similar. Even, is he better than Brandon Ingram? Probably not. So, I mean, it probably is accurate at the end of the day. It's just tough, right? It's tough. KP and Trae Young together is going to be interesting. Now, we get into the top 50. And here is where I'm going to have some, I don't want to say unique takes, but some crazy takes. DeMar DeRozan is ranked 50th. Austin Reeves is at 49. I'm just going to say it simply put, Austin Reeves is not better than DeMar DeRozan. Moving on to 48, De'Aaron Fox. They're saying De'Aaron Fox is just as good as Austin Reeves. That is blasphemy. If you think Austin Reeves is even remotely close to being as good as De'Aaron Fox, you're crazy. I'm here to tell you guys, Austin Reeves is one of the worst defenders in the top 100. He is. And offensively, De'Aaron Fox is better than Austin Reeves. So, I don't get where, your people up there hyping up Austin Reeves that much. It is absolutely blasphemy to put Austin Reeves that high, in my opinion. Zach LaVine at 47. Julius Randle at 46. I mean, some people might argue it's wrong. If you look at Julius Randle's playoff performance outside of the Oklahoma City Thunder series, he was dominant, man. Like, he literally almost outplayed, he dang near did outplay LeBron James in that Lakers series. So I think that's accurate. Franz Wagner at 45 is smooth. Jamal Murray at 44. I feel like Jamal Murray is such a weird player because he's a playoff riser. In the regular season, he's dealt with injuries. Kind of a weird situation there. Tyrese Maxey at 86 is fine. Hero at 86 is fine. Or at 42, I should say, 86 overall. I gotta be honest. Amen Thompson at 41. I think that's overrated. I'm sorry. And maybe it's because they think he's going to get a lot better this year. And if he does, that's something. But I cannot sit up here with a straight face and say Amen Thompson is 2 overalls higher than De'Aaron Fox. That is insanity. I get he's a good defender, but the dude can't shoot the ball. And that hurts him a ton. You're talking about a guy that literally can't shoot. Yeah, you got to structure the team around that. And they got KD, so he's going to, be able to, kind of just chill. But I like Amen Thompson. I think he's good, but ranking him at an 87 overall is insane. The same, like, he's just as good as Jimmy Butler. Like, that's crazy. Derek White at an 87, I think might be a little too high. But when you look at Derek White, he knocks down shots at a high level. He's a great defensive player, so maybe not. Like, I don't know. Kind of a weird situation there. Garland at an 87. I don't know how I feel about that necessarily. I think he's good. Obviously, he's just really undersized defensively. He's terrible, so it's just kind of hard. Şengün Sabonis at 87s. Honestly, I think Sabonis is underrated. I think Sabonis is good. Say what you want about Domantas Sabonis. I think he's underrated. LaMelo Ball, probably where he belongs in there. I think LaMelo Ball is good, but again, until he plays on a winning team, it's tough. Dame at an 88 overall at 32. I got to be honest. I think Damian Lillard is overrated. You're looking at a guy in Damian Lillard that is a year older, that's slowing down, coming off a massive injury, and you're putting him in there at an 88. I'm sorry. I think that's too high. Chet at an 88. I don't know. To me, that's too high too. You're telling me Chet's better than Domantas Sabonis? Look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I just don't agree with that. I'm sorry, 2K. I don't agree with that. Who is making these ratings? Bam at an 88. So it's fine. I think that's probably where he belongs. Jaren at an 89. I mean, Jaren had a good season, all-star season. I can't hate on that. Moving on a little more, Mobley at an 89. Paolo at an 89. To me, what stands out here? I think, and they do have Paolo ranked 25th as the best 89, but I think Paolo is by far the best 89 there. Maybe it's me, but I think he is. Kyrie Irving at a 90 is fine. Again, coming off an injury. Trae Young at a 90, I guess, is fine. Jaylen Brown, J-Dub. There's nothing really crazy here. I think this is all fine. To me, you could maybe argue like that. I don't think it's anything crazy. J-Dub showed up in the playoffs last year. He's a great player. I don't think anything crazy. To be honest, I think Jaylen Brown and J-Dub are better than a guy like Trae Young. Maybe, I mean, they're completely different players, so I get that. But I'm just saying as like a two-way player, I don't think it's crazy to put him that high. Then you move on a little bit further to our 22-11. D-Book coming in as the 23rd rated player. Ja Morant at 19. Cat at 18. Joel Embiid at 17. Now, here's where a lot of people are gonna, get mad, and I you can argue it. Here's the deal. Joel Embiid has just been hurt, okay? A healthy Joel Embiid is higher than a 92 overall. He is. If you're looking at Joel Embiid when he's fully healthy, he is higher than a 92 overall. There's nobody that can really debate that or talk about that. Joel Embiid is so good when he's healthy, but he's not healthy. Now, I don't know who does these 2K ratings, but a healthy Joel Embiid is above a 17. I'm sorry. Cade at 16, Kawhi at 15, Halliburton at 14. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Again, injuries are tough, right? Because Tyrese Halliburton's coming off a massive injury. To me, give me the Cade Cunningham stock over the Tyrese Halliburton stock. And I know it's hard after the playoffs. I know a lot, is tough, but that's me in my personal opinion. Brunson at 13, AD at 12, Donovan Mitchell at 11. Kawhi's an interesting one too, because again, Kawhi hasn't been healthy a lot. He was in the play. I don't know. I think a healthy Kawhi is still absolutely incredible. But where do you put it? I think it's tough. Nothing really stands out a ton here. Some people might think Cat's too high. I think with what his season was last year, he deserves that rating. I mean, genuinely, I think with what Cat did last year on the Knicks, yeah, he's up and down at times, but I think he's deserving of being at that, number 18 spot. Now we get our top 10. Coming in at number 10, you get Kevin Durant. I think it's fairly accurate. The thing for me with KD is I'm interested to see what he is like with the Houston Rockets. Because if you look at the Houston Rockets, they've got a good team. They've got some defenders around him. They got some other playmakers like Shango. They got some solid guys around him. How is he going to thrive in Houston? Honestly, I think he's going to be a great fit. I like KD at number 10. I think that's a very solid rating for him. Wemby at 9. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because to me, it's how big of a step do you think Victor Wembanyama is going to take? Because he is going to probably, if he stays healthy, he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Offensively, does he need to take a step? I mean, yeah, he needs to continue to get better, continue to grow. But I don't mind Wemby in here at number 9. I think Victor Wembanyama, pending his growth here in year 3, should be, a top 10 player in the league. JT at number 8. Here is my bold take. I don't even know why we're rating Jason Tatum. The dude's going to miss all of next year, similar to a lot of these other guys. It's just tough. Healthy Jason Tatum is easily a top 10 player in the league. I think he's better than Kevin Durant for sure. At number 7 is LeBron. Now, I got to be honest with you. My bold take, Jason Tatum healthy is better than LeBron James. It's not even a bold take. Most people believe that at this stage. But I will say with that, Jason Tatum's not going to be healthy. LeBron James has a summer of he's going to be fairly healthy. Do I think Bron's a top 10 player in the league? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Is he? I don't know. You guys can go back and forth on that. Steph at number 6, probably fairly accurate here. I mean, Steph's still going to be good, still going to be solid. It's just him and Bron, they need to make the most of it. Ant at number 5. I gotta be honest, Ant has to take a step next year if he wants to be a top 5 player in the league. If you're putting Anthony Edwards above Steph Curry, he has to take a step. Now in the playoffs, he was pretty solid, no doubt about it, but in the regular season at times, he can be somewhat up and down. If Ant does take that step, sure, top 5 is fine for Mr. Anthony Edwards. Luke at number 4 at the same tier as Ant. I gotta be honest, I think this is low for Luka. This is me and my personal opinion. But have y'all seen those magazines of Luka Doncic and what he looks like now? Hey, man, give me higher than number 4 for Luka Doncic. If y'all had me asking, I think he's higher. And it's tough because you got Giannis, then you're going to have SJ, and then you're going to have Jokic. So is Giannis going to be better than Luka? Probably, but I don't know. The thing for me is Luka is in here at a 95 overall, and Giannis is at a 97 overall. I don't like that gap. Put Luke at a 96, and I'm not talking like I am today. Giannis is incredible. Obviously, still not going to be able to shoot the ball, but the Greek Freak is still the real deal on this game. Shai at number 2. I think it's right. Shai is, in my opinion, the second best player in the league right now. I think there's a gap between number 1 and number 2, and I think there's a gap between number 2 and number 3. I do think Shai is quite a bit better than Giannis right now in the league. Jokic is number 1. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you do not think Jokic is the best player in the league, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. I think Jokic is the real deal, the most unstoppable force in the league. Obviously, defensively, he's not very good, so that's something about it. But Jokic at number 1 is right. Overall, I don't love the rankings. I think they could do a lot of things better. My biggest takeaway is Amen Thompson an 87 overall is blasphemy. Let me know what you guys think of these rankings down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.